Well, here with Into Mobile, we are taking a look at the Samsung Focus, which is the one of the launch devices for Windows Phone 7. So this is a Windows Phone device, as you can see right there emblazoned on the back. Windows Phone, the new generation of Microsoft mobile operating system. We didn't get a box for this, guys, so there's no unboxing. I'm just going to take you guys on a little bit of a hardware tour right now. Just take a look at the Samsung Focus. Okay, great. Now you know my PIN to unlock my phone. But whatever. Not really, what is this? Allow your camera to use... Okay, location. That makes sense. So, what is Windows Phone 7? Windows Phone 7 is the latest mobile operating system from Microsoft. It's the reincarnation of Windows Mobile, but it looks nothing like it, as you can see here. Everything is all about the start screen. You have all these different tiles and some live tiles that automatically update themselves with real-time information from, say, your inbox, your calendar, your social networks, or even, where's the me? Or even yourself. That's me right there. These are your own social network updates from Windows Live and Facebook. And through Windows Live, you can integrate with MySpace and LinkedIn and all that good stuff. But this is not the software tour, this is the hardware tour. So, taking a quick little look, this is one of the more unique Windows Phone 7 devices, and I'll get to that in a little bit. It's got the 4-inch Super AMOLED WVGA display, which means that it's brighter, it's more saturated. The display panel is thinner, allowing you to maintain a thinner profile on the smartphone. And the Super AMOLED actually works in direct sunlight, so it won't wash out the screen. Sunlight won't wash out the screen. So you got the 4-inch display right here. You've got the volume control rocker on the left side here with the metallic bezel, the detail right there. That's pretty cool, I think. And we've got the 3.5mm headphone jack on top. We've got the micro USB charging and data port up here. One cool thing is it's got this little slider that slides closed and keeps it shut. It keeps debris out of there. I just keep it open, whatever. Here's the lock button and the power button. So this is what turns the screen on and off, as you can see right there. Hitting that again turns it on. And the dedicated camera shutter button right there, which is cool because if you just hold that down, it fires up the camera. Boom. Pretty fast. Startup time is quick. Once you're there, you're just going to take a picture of my mouse right here. Just going to half press to zoom to focus, full press to take a picture. Do that again, half press to focus, full press to take a picture. And you can see that these photos, the shot-to-shot time is pretty quick, and what's cool is you can actually go back. Oh, automatically, do you want to automatically share pictures online? Let's share with just me. And I got distracted again. This is not a software tour, this is the hardware tour. So keeping on, we have the 5-megapixel camera in the back with the LED flash. Pretty good camera, not the best. iPhone is better, and Nokia's 12-megapixel and 8 is actually obviously better. But overall, a good form factor. I like the contours on the back here, which make it easy to hold with one hand while typing, because when you're holding with one hand, you don't have your fingers gripping this side, right? It's kind of uncomfortable. Your thumb is kind of in the way there. So how I usually hold it is, say I'm in an email and I'm replying, right? If I'm replying with one hand, how am I doing it? See how the phone moves towards the edge of my fingers right here? And I'm typing like this. It frees up my thumb, because otherwise if I'm wrapped around, my thumb is kind of obstructed from typing. But I move it out here to the edges of my fingers and start typing like this. The contours actually make it easy to hold on to it, because my fingers are actually gripping that little contoured edge right there. And that's a little detail, but it makes a big difference. And also, okay, you got these backlit navigation capacitive touch, so touch sensitive buttons, right? There's back, the start screen, and search. When you hit search from the home screen, you get the Bing search, which is integrated to with the entire system. You get web searches, local results, reviews on businesses, ratings, all that good stuff. And what else? Well, you got the speaker up here. You've got your different sensors up here. Your light sensor and your proximity sensor automatically adjust the brightness of the display for depending on the light, ambient light, and the proximity sensor turns off the display so you don't face dial. But what's the cool thing I was talking about? You take off the battery cover. Of course, it looks pretty much like any smartphone we've ever come across, which means, or especially on AT&T, that means a SIM card slot there and a micro SD card slot there. But wait a minute. This is what's cool about the Samsung Focus, because the Samsung Focus actually has a micro SD card slot, and not many Windows Phone 7 devices will have that. But Because Windows Phone doesn't make any provisions for an external storage. So how does Samsung get away with the micro SD card slot? Basically, when you pop this in, this micro SD card isn't external storage. It basically goes into the phone and supplements the internal onboard storage. So Samsung basically tricked Windows Phone 7 into thinking that this micro SD card slot is actually part of the internal storage. The downside of that, you can't hot swap. You can't ever swap. The only time you can only put the SIM card in on your initial start. And if you want to switch, the micro SD card slots, if you want to switch micro SD cards, you're going to have to reformat, factory reset the phone. But to just show you, I do have my full. I have a 16 gigabyte card in there, and there's 8 gigs of storage, so that should make for 24 gigs of space, but minus the conversion, you get about 22 gigs of total storage. I have about 6 gigs left of available storage there, so that's cool. And swipe down to reset your phone. That's how you that's the only way you can put in a new micro SD card into the slot. So that's a quick little look at the Samsung Focus, the hardware here. Oh, right before we go, I want to show you guys what this guy looks like next to an iPhone. And notice, they are very similarly sized. The screen on this guy is smaller, but what's cool is, if you take a look, they're about the same thickness. This guy's a little tiny bit thicker, just a little bit, but negligibly thicker, and that's really cool. The Samsung Focus is a lot lighter than the iPhone 4, because the iPhone 4 is made of steel and glass. The only glass here is on the display, and there's plastics throughout. So the in-hand feel is slightly different, but the Samsung